This video gives a short summary of when combat or shooting outcomes apply or not. Is produced for the purpose of CanCon 2025, DBR 25mm. An element with a lower final score total than its opponent must usually make an immediate outcome move, which depends on its own type and that of the enemy element shooting at it or in frontal combat with it. The shooting and combat outcomes are found in the same table. For example, infantry will often be destroyed by charging cavalry types such as lancers or camel superior in combat in the cavalry's turn. Elements which shoot without being shot back at ignore an unfavourable result from shooting because there is no one shooting back at them. Elements which are in front edge contact with the flank edge or rear edge of enemy artillery or routers ignore an unfavourable combat result. Such an element stays where it is to fight combat next turn. A single element move can be used to disengage from such a combat, i.e. with routers or a non-front edge of artillery, if your element's front edge is in contact with the side edge of an artillery element. A single element move cannot be used to disengage if you're in contact with the enemy element's rear edge. A group move for light horse skirmishers and pike superior, such as the Swiss, can be used to disengage from the flank or rear contact with an enemy element. Whilst most elements turn to face an element that moves into combat with them, if not already in combat, artillery do not. When contacting artillery, they stay facing the same direction. So it is worthwhile thinking about what edge you move into combat with. If your element is in front edge contact with enemy artillery in an enemy bound, any unfavourable result is ignored. Apart from the exceptions above, an element in contact with an enemy element's flank or rear edge must recoil if friends fighting that element's front recoil, flee, or are destroyed. In other words, if the friendly element fighting your enemy to the front either recoils, flees, or destroyed, any of the elements in the side or rear must also recoil. An outcome applying only in good going does not apply to troops manning fortifications, even if the fortifications themselves are in good going. Good going includes gentle hills, open fields, beaches, water features, or marshes frozen over by the ice. The space between terrain features is always good going. It is no protection then for our example infantry element to stand in a river against charging lancers or camel superior, because that counts as good going and they will also be destroyed in that terrain as well.